Hey everyone, this is Josh Galvin with Tizish.com. On this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to pretty much, it's a feature that I get asked a lot and I decided to make a video for it. Basically shows you in your Tizish system, it's easy to post thumbnail images with your blog postings that show up like this. But notice when you click into the blog posting, you're going to see that that image is no longer in this section here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make the image that you use as the teaser post that you just saw on the, let's say, on the list of your blog postings, also show up on the actual page of your blog postings. And there's nothing you have to do other than change one default setting when we set up your site. So first, let's go ahead and click into Edit Post just so I can show you some other items. But now let's log into your admin panel, of course. So now here in your admin panel, on your left-hand side, scroll down to the section that says Thesis and click on Design Options. Once you click on Design Options, you'll open up a page just like this. And then on this page here, here's what you have to do. You see this section right here on the right that says Post Images and Thumbnails. Click on this first one that says Default Post Image Settings. Open that one up. You're going to scroll down and just one setting you have to change. See right here where it says Show Images on Single Entry Pages. You click on that and then simply scroll down, or scroll up, and click on Save. And after that saves, then here's what's going to happen. Let's now go to the blog posting and see here what a great deal. Here's our picture. Well, when we click into it, now we're going to see this same picture showing up on the blog post itself. Wait a second. This is let me rephrase that. This is when you're using this. When you go to your edit post page, here's something you need to understand first. In your edit post page, you see you'll have your post image and thumbnail. You see you have a post image URL line here, and then you have one called the thumbnail image. Well, here's the thing. The setting that you had just changed, as you see on this posting, how it didn't show up, that didn't show up here because we put it into our thumbnail. Alright, so understand your thumbnail image URL means this is going to be the picture that's going to show up as the thumbnail only on your home page or like in your category pages when it has the list of blog postings. So this is considered your thumbnail image URL. However, it's also considered your, let's say we take it out of our post image URL, right? If we take it out of our post image URL and we paste it here, then notice now how we have a post image URL, the same picture because we removed it from the thumbnail image. Now here's how it functions. Now when I click on Save, I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to the post and click on Save or Update. Now it'll do the function of putting that same picture both into two places. Number one, once this finishes loading, number one, on our home page, it's still going to stay here, so I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh and I'll show you how it just stays here like normal. See, the same image is there, but now when I click into the blog posting, we actually have our post image showing up on our page itself. So you see here our big post image, and then it's above our headline here. Now here's the thing I wanted to explain. You see the size? So this is the issue that you're going to have to face. If you're going to start wanting to have these images automatically put into your blog posting, and notice how it's above the headline, there's two things I want to show you now. Number one, I first want to explain that these images need to be properly sized. Meaning if you're going to insert one of your images into your post the way I showed you in this whole tutorial so far automatically by putting it in your post image URL box, then understand that whatever image size you put here, it's going to be pretty much the full width. Alright, and on top of that, the positioning, which is the second thing I want to show you. You see here how it's above the headline, and basically it's above the headline. Well, in your posting section, you have your options here for positioning. Do you want to put it left? Do you want to put it left with text wrap? Do you want to put it right with text wrap? Do you want it centered, horizontally, and then vertically, above the headline, below the headline, or before the post page and content? Well, now the default for these settings is also in the same section here in your design thesis design options under default post image settings. When you open this up, whatever the settings here are the settings that will be the default for all of your postings. Alright, so keep that in mind. And let's just say here's the following. Here's another example to go one step further. Let's say if you're like or one quick thing, I recommend the following. You see here how you have your default positions, and the ones that you have on your website are all the same. Left with text wrap, above the headline. Same thing for your teasers. or for your thumbnail images. It's left with text wrap above the headline. That does the following. It'll put it above the headline here, and it'll put it left with text wrap. But obviously you won't be able to tell that with the big image. But let's just say on your home page, when we have our blog posting as lists, you see how it's left and with text wrap, because the text is to the left of it and it's above the headline, meaning this stuff, your headline, this is technically above the headline, but if it was a bigger picture, the headline would be below it, or the blog post would be below it. But basically this is the default settings you want to keep it as. But let's say if you want to change the default settings for your actual page here, maybe you want it below the headline or something, right? Well, what you could do is the following. In your design options section of your design options, under post images and thumbnails, just change the settings here, but keep your thumbnail settings the same as they are, because preferably your thumbnail settings look best the way that your site is already with the thumbnails here. Alright, so if you're going to change any of these settings, I recommend you do not change your thumbnail settings, but you could change your post image settings if you like. Alright, so that's just up to you. It's your preference at this point. Now, one more thing just to reiterate. You can put a different thumbnail image URL that is different from your post image URL. So you see how we have this post image URL here called front.jpg. As we see it right there, it's called front.jpg. Well, let's say if you want to have a different thumbnail image, which means here's our post, our single post. You see this is our front JPG picture, but now we have our thumbnail image. Let's say if you want to make the thumbnail different but keep your actual post image here, the front one. Well, all you got to do is simply enter a different URL into the thumbnail image line. So I'm going to go and enter a different one. I'm going to enter this one here, whatever that is. Now I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to click on update. And now when I click on update, once the page is updated, we're going to see two things happen. Number one, our blog post image here is going to stay the same when I hit refresh. But what's going to change once this refreshes, see there it is, that stays the same. But now on our home page, since we put a specific thumbnail image URL, when I hit refresh, this thumbnail image URL is changed. There it is. So that's how you could control those options. Again, just to reiterate the main basic point of this tutorial, in your design options, if you simply want to have your post image, meaning the image that you enter into the post image URL line, if you want your post image that you enter here to also appear on your individual blog post pages, all you have to do is go to your design options, like I showed you, and simply click on the show images on single entry pages. Alright? And then click on save. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's everything you need to know for this video tutorial. If you have any questions, go to facebook.com/Tizish and ask me there. Alrighty? Well, good luck and take care.